Hi everyone, welcome to Gistos TV. This is your favorite person, Mabel. Thank you all for always coming around for view my channel. And if not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe to my channel. So these are the beautiful queens, the fair queens of late Alaafin for you that you've always been saying. This is Olori Folashade. Yes, Ayaba Folashade for short. Yes, and she is one of the queens in the palace. One of her favorite friend was actually Olori Memonat Omaomi, and you all know about the rumor that both of them travel abroad. And yes, Omaomi actually was cheating on the king, and when the king heard, and it was an issue, and Omaomi thought that Olori Folashade gave her out and snitched on Olori Folashade, which led to the deportation of Olori Folashade from abroad. Of course, you can see both of them sitting down together. They are always together. They were always together. And Olori Folashade was always praising Olori Omo. And yes, not until there are issues. And these are their Olori Folashade is always calling herself the mother of triplets. Of course, she had triplets for the king. And yes, she is one of the fair queens of late Alaafin of Oyo that you usually see. Next on the list is Olori Memonat Omowomi that I just spoke about. That is the best friend of Olori Folashade. Yes, these are her beautiful twins. And yes, they are all giving birth to twins, either twins or triplets. And yes, their businesses are booming well. They are all into fashionable wears in Lagos. And they are all doing well for themselves. Yes, Olori Folashade is a beautiful queen too. And you can see that the king actually has eyes for beautiful queens, and this is her child. Yes, they are, just like I said, they are all into fashionable ways. They have their businesses in Lagos, and they are also influencers in their different field. Yes, so you know that the king actually has eyes for beautiful women. Next on the list is Queen Anulua, Anno, Queen Anno for short, who is also a business tycoon and into fashionable wears in Lagos. She recently got engaged to her man, and people were like, yes, Queen Anno has actually been keeping this man by her side until the late Alaafin of Oyo's dismiss. Of course, she has already left the palace for a long time. Most of these women are no longer, literally no longer living in the palace. Yes, and these are her beautiful kids to the late Alaafin of Oyo. And yes, congratulations to her man, or should I say, she recently got herself a Lexus car, which most people said her man that proposed to her literally bought for her, and they are getting married soon. And people were like, it is just too soon for you to get married. But why not? If not, they've already given them the go-ahead order to get married after the late Alaafin of Oyo dismiss. Yes, my wonderful people, this is Queen Anulua, one of the wives of the late Alaafin of Oyo. She's actually doing well for herself. Of course, we will talk about all the scandals that surrounded their marriages and how she's always crying out for help in case anything happens to her on social media, because she feels that the late king, was actually after her life because she actually left the palace. So, my wonderful people, I present to you all Queen Anno. Yes, for short. A beautiful queen at that. They're all beautiful women. So the next on the list is Queen Damilola. You all know her, the drama queen. She's an influencer too, and she's doing well for herself in Lagos. And yes, she actually left the palace too. And upon hearing the death of the late king, she returned to because it was so emotional. So she had to come back to see what is happening in the palace. Of course, the bass was too much. Everyone, people in the palace, the late king's daughter, I heard, they didn't allow her into the palace, she and her mother. Yes, my wonderful people. And yes, there is also a scandal surrounding her and her best friend, Queen Ola, and who is one of the last wives of late Alaafin of Oyo. Of course, they all snitched on each other, and you heard about the details later. So this is Queen Dami, the drama queen. Of course, they are all fair in nature, and they are all beautiful, and they are all doing well for themselves. Of course, she's also an influencer, just like I said, in her bayou. Yes, this is Queen Damilola, and we all know of the details. So surrounding Queen Dami and her dramas. Yes, and Queen Dami is said to have apologized to the king before he's dismissed, and literally the king declined and said she should never step back to the palace, and they were actually on it before the king passed on. May his soul rest in peace. So Queen Dami is literally based in Lagos now and doing her fashionable wears too, and yes, she is also an influencer. These are the fair women of late Alaafin of Oyo, and they are literally beautiful. So next on the list is Queen Badirat. Queen Badirat, Queen Ola for short, is a very beautiful queen, and she has numerous businesses attached to her name. You all know the scandals surrounding Queen Ola and what actually transpired between she and her lovely late husband. Of course, she made it known to the public after the late Alaafin of Oyo's dismissed that she was actually snitched on, when they actually knew that the late Alaafin of Oyo had her as his favorite wife. Like, yes, they literally shared everything together. She literally tells him everything because he actually trained most of these women in school. Yes, and Queen Ola is actually doing well for herself in Lagos too, which she has numerous businesses attached to her name. Of course, she is into fashionable wears, and she owns a spa in Lagos. So we heard at Ikeja in Lagos. Yes, and Queen Ola, these are the kids she had for the king. Yes, and I present to you all Queen Ola, who is based in Lagos, who is one of the favorite wives of the late Alaafin of Oyo. The next on the list is Queen Chioma. Of course, nobody knows much about Olori Chioma, but we all heard that there was another Bas Bose before the dismissal of the late Alaafin of Oyo. So I present to you all the fair queens that you always see the late Alaafin of Oyo with, and you'll be wondering, who are these beautiful women that the late Alaafin of Oyo was always traveling the whole country with? And we keep wondering, does he even have a dark wife? Is there a dark skin, a brown skin person in the palace? Of course, there is. So, my wonderful people, I present to you the wonderful and beautiful and fair queens of the late Alaafin of Oyo. Of course, these are the queens that would think that will get married sooner or later. So, my wonderful people, thank you all for always coming around, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Yes, it is very, very important. Thank you all, and have a blessed day.